Um, this, I'm going to put the title in the post just because I want to make sure that everyone is understanding what this is. This is protecting our kids online. And this message is coming from several sources. As you guys know, first of all, let me introduce myself. I am Kiana Shaw, CEO of KRS Training and Development and the creator of Mothers Raising Teen Daughters, which is an online community of 22,000 moms who come to one space to get support and resources in raising their teen girls. That being said, like, we share a lot, and we have a lot of access to other moms who have been through the same things that we're going through, who are, traveling these roads for the first time and legit need access to people. And so this is an opportunity for them. And in that, sometimes I end up counseling or coaching families. And over the last 5 years, I've seen this come up repeatedly. And so I wanted to pop on and address these online issues that we're having. So one of the things that I must say is that, and I'm going to share this story, and I got permission from this family to share, but these devices that we give our children full access to, they're in our homes. They're on our smart TVs. They come with Siri or, the other name. I don't want to say it because I have one here. They come with laptops, phones, iPads. They all have cameras, and they all are recording devices on some level. A couple of years ago, a mom was telling me about a story where her son had upset some gamers, and they turned the lights out in their home. Like they were arguing, and this particular gamer said something to the effect of, well, watch this, turn the lights out in their home, and would not turn the lights back on for like 2 days. The power company was unable to help them. They had to get the police involved. This is the type of access that these devices can grant to our homes, and that hackers, right? And we think of hackers, we think of 40, 50-year-old men in caves, when the reality is that they can be 12 and 13-year-olds, right? Inside of the living room next door. There was a story recently of a young boy who had took over his school's internet, and they had the FBI and everyone else involved because he took over the school's internet to avoid tests, I think it was. And so these children are very savvy with the internet. So I'm counseling a family, and what ended up happening ultimately was this family, when they get home, they disrobe like a lot of us do. They're walking around in underwear, and because they're on laptops, computers, and things like that, one of the brother's friends had hacked into their system and was taking photos and videos of all of the family members in their underwear. Then anonymously contacted the sister, made a statement of, I am going to release these photos and make up the narrative that you and your brother are having sex, or your brother and your mom are having sex, or you and your dad are having sex. And so this sister, in an effort to protect her family and not tell them, starts to allow the boy to take photos of her. And she doesn't know who this person is originally. She doesn't know who he is. She just knows that he has pictures of her family, and she can't tell them because he's made the statement, if you tell them and I see anything different, then I'm going to, you know what I mean? Like he's going to up the ante, right? So now the earring is twisting, so now it's distracting me. So now she has this situation, so she's allowing him to take photos now. And these photos escalated to videos. And now she's gone from bra and panties to nothing in an effort to save her family because someone has hacked and got all these pictures, and she doesn't want this. Her dad has this amazing job. They've moved to this new town. This can destroy her family. This is what our kids are dealing with because we hand over devices, and we have devices in every room, and we let them take their phones to the bathroom, and we allow them to have their phones with these cameras in their bedroom. And so our children literally have no recourse. They have no recourse when something happens because they're afraid to tell us, or someone has threatened them into telling us. We have got to be more protective. We have got to ban devices from everywhere in our home. And my daughter will tell you that I am very particular about that. You're not going to walk around our house on the phone, on video. Who are you videoing? You can only video certain people, not all your friends. Right? We had a younger cousin over. She wanted to video call her friends. That happens in the living room. I don't allow that all over my home. It happens in open spaces only. Because when people can make images of your home, they can create damage outside of your home. And we have to think about that. And people go, oh my goodness, you're just too protective. Oh my goodness, you're overwhelming your kids. So what? So what? Because these same devices that can bring so much joy can bring the equal amount of pain. These same devices that capture babies walking in their first steps capture fights and murders. These same devices that can be used to make sure no one is breaking into your home are also used against you at any given moment in your home. I remember a big debate happening in my group because people are like, oh, well, you're over sexualizing kids and they should be allowed to, walk around freely in home. And I get that. You feel that way. That's fine. I remember being 16 and one of the ladies, I was in cosmetology school, and one of the ladies was like, oh, you should come over on Friday night. My family gets together every weekend. We have a great time. And I walk in and everybody, they were from Germany. They were all from Germany. Everyone is in bra and panties. And I was like, hold up. I'm not going in there. Where they clothes at? And she was like, oh, that's an American thing, girl. Like, we don't even worry about that. And I was like, yeah, I'm American. So I'm out. And she was so angry with me. Like, I can't believe you embarrassed me like that in front of my family. I can't believe you invited me to some foolishness like this. Because that is what I know. Right? My family don't do that. We're not walking around in drawers. But in today's time, you got to be mindful of that. And I hear people, just these devices can be so violating sexually that physical touch, physical rape, physical molestation, those things are happening. But now it is a virtual rape and molestation going on that we were not prepared for. And if you know anyone with internet crimes against children, please put me in contact with them. Because I need them to come in and do a masterclass in my group because so many people don't take it seriously. Oh, it was just one photo. Guess what? That one photo that boy took of her daughter is now circling the internet. And now there are 40,000 men tonight masturbating to her photo. Tonight. Oh, y'all over sexualize kids. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, guess what? We normally don't know who the predator is until after the violation takes place. So you tell me, oh, well, I wouldn't worry about that unless my boyfriend, like if I'm worried about my boyfriend doing something to my daughter, then he has to go. I absolutely agree. But here's what I know for sure. Most moms don't let the boyfriend in and going, well, he just might. You usually don't know till after it happens. So protecting her is a top priority. You guys, listen, there are sex toys made in the shape of children, sold massively. You are dating most people, because of the numbers of people. If you check out Exodus on Instagram, they have the numbers. There are so many people addicted to pornography. And if you are dating someone who likes sex toys in the shape of children and you have a 4-year-old, you're dating someone who demands that your vagina is shaved prepubescent and you got a 6-year-old. And listen, don't come for me with the, oh, he just like what he like, because I'm going to look at you and go, he sure does. The end. If you are dating someone that wants you prepubescent and you have a child, you might want to look at that. Does that mean all men who like that are into children? No, but you roll the dice if you want to. Let me know how safe it is. Not today. Let me know in 6, 7, 12 years. Ask your daughter then. If you got a daughter in her 20s, go back and ask her what was going on 12 years ago. That's the reality that we are facing, you guys. And no, kids are not responsible for the predators. But here's what I know for sure. We lock our cars, we lock our doors because we want to protect our valuables. We want to prevent people from getting inside of them and taking what belongs to us. In that same way, we have to lock out access to our children via significant others, via online activity. We don't get to if you have a spouse with addiction to porn, or you're dating someone with an addiction to porn, why would you hand your child a device with the same access, with no limitations, no filters, no locks, and think, oh no, the kids, they would never, ever? You don't think your child would ever? Oh, well, go on and keep on thinking that. But I assure you, that's not how that goes. I assure you that if you have people, and I'm not just speaking about men, I'm talking about anyone. I'm not just talking about a husband with daughters. There are mothers with sons who are woefully inappropriate. And these boys need to be protected from their own moms. And I've spoken to the men who have had to deal with that. Oh yeah, my mom, she used to make me have sex with her friends. And it was classified as manhood. You got to be out your mind. And now we say, you know what? You need to be watching porn. You need to learn how to do it. And then when it comes to an 11-year-old girl, we say, oh, that's different. Oh, okay. No problem. So I'm going to hold my kid close on the street because the predator looks like, but I'm going to give them access. I'm going to give the predator access via online because that looks different. Y'all understand how crazy that sounds? When the predator online has 24-hour access to your children. When they can be playing Roblox and someone is chatting them, being friendly, and your children will stand up to you and say, that's my friend. That's my friend. I know that person. Meanwhile, your child's face is taped to the front of a doggone sex doll. Okay. No problem. So in the meantime, you give your children access to adult devices. An iPad is an adult device. The internet is an adult device. And if you are not there watching, can you be there 24/7? No, you can't. No, not 24/7. But you can impart to your children the importance and have a lasting effect for 24/7. Will they misbehave and not believe what you are telling them? And will their friends influence them? Absolutely. But instead of being worried about your kids being peer pressure, give them what they need so that they can go be the pressure for their peers. Give them what they need. Stop giving up. Stop punking out in parenting. Be mindful of what we allow them access to. Get in their business. Everything that goes on in your home, you are 100% legally responsible for. Privacy at my house? No. Doesn't work that way. Not in my house. Locked door? Nope, not here. If I know you getting dressed, I won't open the door. But you ain't always getting dressed. So, and if you're getting dressed, your phone is in a different room. Your laptop, your iPad, they're in a different room. So that usually expedites the speed at which you get dressed because you don't have access to all those things. Y'all get how that works? Turn the TV that way when you're walking through the house. If you're going to be walking through the house naked, the TV, our living room TV is on a swivel. Pull it out, push it toward the back door. That's how that works. Because everything is recorded on all of these devices. Is it over the top? Maybe. Is it keeping them safe? Yep. Be mindful because these predators are getting more and more savvy. Oh, your mom said, don't tell your mom that. Don't let your dad know. Meanwhile, you walk into your daughter's room because that Holy Spirit is tapping on you in the middle of the night. And it's a 47-year-old man in there talking to your 16-year-old or doing something worse with her. Now you got to make a decision on if you going to jail tonight because you're sending him to hell tonight. In the name of protecting the child who doesn't feel she's done anything wrong because she's in love. You don't think that your child would go with someone who is over age? You don't know your child is too smart? Set up your own sting. Set up your own situation. I guarantee you 96% of the parents who set it up find out that their children would go way further than they ever thought. Teaching your children at a young age that there are boundaries. And what you got to understand is that the boundaries we had as children don't exist anymore. We were told never, ever take anything from strangers. You let that man find his own dog. You don't want no candy. You're not going with him. No. You run, you scream. Now they call strangers to the house to bring them food. Now they call strangers to their house to pick them up, take them to somewhere else, drop them off, someone who know both locations where they be. So we have to be more savvy about how we're protecting them. Oh, well, you know, they have the picture on the app. Okay, well, they don't have the picture of his friend on the app. There's a whole nother person in this car. It's not just the driver. Who's the other person? I'm gonna need your picture. I remember going with my friend. I'm not gonna say her name because I don't want them fussing at me. But we pick up a third friend, and her husband comes out and he's taking pictures, and we just smiling. And I said, "Wait a minute! I better not find my picture in the police station with a thumbtack through the forehead, through the forehead." And he was like not laughing. He was like, "I want to know who she's going with. I ain't never met you." And I kind of thought it was a little off, but I was like, well, shoot, in today's times, we got to be protected. We got to know. And oftentimes as women, as adults, I'm going to just say adults, we go, I don't need nobody to know where I am. How many adults do we find missing on a daily basis? It's not about people knowing where you are. Someone should always know where you are. As I call it, cutting the corner. I guarantee you, I'm going to send a message to somebody. This is where I'm going. This is who I'm with. I used to take a picture of the license plate and I used to sneak these things. Picture of the license plate. You know, if he go into the house, I get a picture of the car registration. I don't even sneak anymore. Do me a favor, pull that out so I can send this picture to my sister. Somebody has to know where I'm going, who I'm with. Hold up. Let me take this selfie of you. Bam. All right. Because someone has to know where I'm going. Being safe is no longer an option. People are missing. Keeping our kids safe and protected online is not something that we can just take for granted. I'm looking for a watch, not a phone, but a watch now that has a good GPS that I can link to my phone so that because there are school shootings and everything else, I need something that I can use to track my daughter just for my own peace of mind. And I prefer like one of those tile things that I don't even have to tell her about. It's just in her backpack, just taped inside. Something she don't even pay attention to. That's what I prefer. Because things are so much more serious. Parents, we have got to be more diligent. Don't just give your kids their phone and let them set it up, because now you don't have control over that device. You pay $1,500 for it and then they lock you out? No, sorry. Not going to do it. So what you can do is go and learn how to set it up. Stop letting them download apps. I had one student tell me that she has Life 360 on her boyfriend's phone and he can't take it off. He needs her permission, her code to take it off. So his mom can't put it on his phone because his girlfriend won't relinquish her code. And the reason why is because his mother won't tell her where he is. She's going to think it's stalking. Yeah, it is. It's stalking, honey. It's definitely stalking. We got to be mindful. We got to do our due diligence. All right, y'all. Shoot me some questions if you have some. I can either come back into the chat and answer them, or I can go live again on a different day this week. My prayer is that you're all being safe, no matter what the age. But because we are responsible for our children, please keep them safe. All right. I'm Coach K. I'll talk to y'all soon.